I'm normally an FL producer. I was using FL for years, and I switched to Ableton because of the endless popping up windows of FL Studio. So I switched to Ableton. Of course, I still use the both, but what I realized in Ableton, there are, people always say like, "Oh yeah, Ableton is so professional. Ableton is so great. We can do lots of yeah. It's correct. You can do lots of things, lots of detailed stuff. Yes, but you cannot do so essential, so simple things that this is really fucking stupid and this is gonna drive you nuts. Like, for example, this is also something else, but anyway, this that was just because of I used to use FL Studio. Anyway, for example, I highlighted this, and let's say I want to click, these, and these. It chooses double. No, no, not this, bro. I want to choose like this, you know, one by one, for example, and I want to hit delete. For example, what my goal is, let me show you. My goal is gonna be this, look at that, how painful I'm doing this. I want to make something like this, but I have to do it one by one. Like, I cannot, by holding control, I cannot choose this. Do you see? This is extremely stupid, How? How could you skip this feature? How could you overlook this feature for years? You know, it's incredible. And also, it's not finish. It's not finishing there. Like, in FX chain, for example, um, the copying and pasting FX is really great feature. But for example, I wanna copy things. For example, I'm holding Shift. I wanna copy. For example, let's say I wanna highlight Nexus and Kickstart here, right? When I hold Shift, it also includes this. For example, I wanna highlight Nexus, Kickstart, and Pro Q3. It all includes the things in the middle also. This is extremely stupid. I cannot even describe it, and I cannot even believe that this feature does. I mean, Ableton doesn't have these simple essential features. For example, also there's something else. Like, I highlighted this all, and I wanna, for example, fix the size of them, right? When I do this, like, it is also only doing for that spectacular particular thing. I'm so angry that I can't even talk right now, like, because this frustration is going on, and like, I'm always like, you know I'm trying to not give a single fuck about this, but it is really frustrating me every time when I encounter such things. For example, when I highlight this all, when I try to reshape, it's only choose the last one. If I wanted to choose the last one, I would click the last one and I would do this already. But I'm highlighting all for you to understand. I'm talking about the program and calling shout out to Ableton. Like, I want to resize all of them, but I cannot do that. I cannot do that. I cannot, for example, yeah, this is really cringe. This is extremely cringe. Look at this, bro. Like, for example, I want to highlight the second, fourth, sixth, and eighth ones, and I want to, for example, delete them, but I cannot do that. You know, people are like, "Hey, bro, Why are you trying to achieve? What are you trying to achieve with doing that?" Like, bro, I will hit delete, hit delete, right? If I do it in this way, but if I was able to make these highlights, hit, and delete, this is shorter, this is more practical, you know, this is a, I mean, time saver. Another thing also in FX chain, for example, let me open another project of mine. I'll show you something, like, because in this one there is nothing in the master channel. Unfortunately, I had to restart the video because the audio wasn't coming after I opened this project, and the rest of the video, which was 15 minutes, was destroyed because of technical problems. Anyway, I'll I'll try to replicate what I talked about before. Anyway, so I was talking about the audio rack, the FX rack here. Why I use the FX rack in the master channel, because there is no option in Ableton to enable disable all of the FXs in one specific channel at once. So I had to group all of these FXs so that I can do this. Enable, disable, disable, enable. Because there is no, practical option nearby master channel, or none of these things has this, like, one click and that FX on, like something like this. In FL Studio, there's an orange button which makes you enable, disable all these things at once, but these are not that. This is actually the sounds itself. Anyway, so I was gonna talk about, let me ungroup these things. I was gonna talk about this. The limiter. I want my limiter to be at the end of the master channel. Okay, so whatever I add is, like, for example, let's say I add endless smile. Let's say I add golfers. Let's say I'm just randomly pushing, like, I wish. Let's say I add little altar boy. Whatever I add, it comes after the limiter, right? So I have to drag my limiter to the end. If you consider, like, if I have to do this one by one, like, yeah, I added Fire Master, then I have to drag my limiter. You know, let's say I want to use clipper, but after clipping, I need to use limiter. Like, I have to drag this limiter to at the end of the FX chain. I want to dock a specific FX at the end of the FX chain, but I cannot do that in Ableton as well. I wanted to lock this here, but there is no such option, you see. I want to lock this because after whatever I click, I don't want to, drag this again and again. I just want it to be at the end of the FX chain, but you cannot do that in Ableton as well. So these are the most stupid things, and I guess in the previous 15 minutes video I was so frustrated and I was talking so angrily that I really got tired, and then I was sharing about the things what happened in a Facebook group, Ableton Live users group, because I was hoping to get some help about my questions, but I was showing something about that in the previous 15-minute video, but it got deleted. But let me show you exactly what I meant. In this group, I actually tried to get some help, and yeah, surely there are some people who are helpful, but most of them, because most of the people here, like, because they didn't use any other DAW previously, they can't even imagine. Seriously, I'm showing the things which should be essential in a digital audio workstation, in my opinion, and they can't even imagine about that. For example, the thing that I showed you at the beginning of the video, like, where was it? Yeah, it was this. I turned my question into a video after I couldn't find an answer to my pictured question. How can I do this? Like, I was. Hello, guys. I want to ask a question to Ableton. Like, I was, but when I saw like this. Yeah, I was asking the same thing basically. Uh, and people were so confused. Like some of them were giving me some uh, advices like use control E, use control blah blah. Just like it's look at that. Like it's for splitting. Control E is for splitting. These ones are already splitted. I just want to highlight different things. Then some people who understood what I meant, like they say, like, "Hey, dude, we told you the last post we made. You can't do that in Ableton." Like, and people say, like, you cannot do that in arrangement view for some reason, which sucks. And here also, this guy said, like, it has been requested for a long time, as well as editing multiple clips on the same track, maybe in 12. Like, can you imagine, like, uh, Ableton users, I'm included in it right now, like, we are hoping something really essential, like just highlighting different multiple clips, like in Ableton 12. I said so stupid that Ableton doesn't have this. Very, very stupid. I can't believe. Also, it's same in FX Chain. You can't select multiple different FXs. When you hold Shift, it selects from beginning to the end. Completely unbelievable, I said. And he said there's lots of things that Ableton have overlooked for years, and it's really frustrating. Bitwig makes a lot of things so much easier, this being one of them, but it's still really lacking in some areas that Live has nailed. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I will try Bitwig as well. I'll keep trying different digital audio workstations. But of course, I'm gonna keep using Ableton because FL's popping up window. Like in FL Studio, you're really chasing windows. You have to have lots of monitors, I guess, to use FL Studio. In Ableton, that's what I want. Like you're just dragging here, the FXs are here, you're playing around with it, and that's what I want. But in FL Studio, like after I change something here, after I deal with deal with it, when I click something on it, like everything is getting closer. Like you have to but I'm being able to make these things here, and then I keep going on arrangement view. By NFL Studio, whenever you click on arrangement view, everything got closed, and you have to reopen your mixer. You have to find what was the specific uh, plugin that you were dealing with. This is extremely stupid in FL Studio, so I will have to sacrifice those great features in arrangement view and piano roll, and as for this multiple selections and ducking FX at the end of the chain, etc. I will sacrifice these features of FL just because of FL's endless popping out windows, like because I can show you even, but yeah, let me show you actually. Let me pause the recording and let me show you that too. Yeah, I just opened my project in FL Studio, and when you have a great big project, like you see these windows, right? Like of course I can push F12 and close all of them. Yeah, I know that, but that's not the issue. Like when you work on that, like when you work on the project, look at these. For example, this huge crowd, you're going on, for example, and then you wanna fix something. Okay, you're going on, you wanna fix something. Okay, you're opening it. It's huge, bro. For example, let's imagine augmented voices for. Let's say I wanna and fix something from here. Even right now, I'm trying to like tame my windows. Yeah, I have to find like augmented voices for example. You know, everything is everywhere. It's so messy. Like seriously, so messy. Jesus Christ. I seriously couldn't find my way. Why did I choose that? Except augmented voice for voices for, I see everything. Probably it's this. Like I just yeah. Probably it's this. I don't remember. Anyway, let's say I wanna fix something from here, okay? And I wanna test how it sounds like. Okay, when I click my when I push my space bar, like it will keep playing, but it's not that, because I arranged my mixer as detached like that. But when you click detached, it's gonna stay there. Then it's gonna unpractical this way. I'm talking about this. For example, yeah, I'm being able to hear, but I wanna fix something. For example, I wanna, by the way, just, I don't want any sound. Yeah, I'm just showing for to show. Example, yeah, let's for example do something. Another window, like, yeah, I closed it. Like, oh my god, channel rec also opened. Yeah, and I have to go push F9, and then what was the plugin that we were dealing with at last? Yeah, here it was like that. Okay, then it goes again. Then when you deal with something, okay, I need to fix that too. Like, oh my god, I should go there. I can, oh my god, another windows, like, ah, bro, just can I make a song, please? That's why I will sacrifice FL superior features, or yeah, for Ableton's um, faster workflow. In my opinion, it has a faster workflow because everything is in the same screen. Uh, Everything is in the same screen, and you can do everything in one screen. Like, yeah, that's more advantages in my opinion. But those little things, those essential, really, really vital things are, you cannot do that in Ableton. Like, Ableton is not able to do these things, and this is really stupid. Yeah. Okay, thanks for watching. If you also have this kind of frustrations, like, maybe we can be trouble partners in this case. And yeah, I just wanted to share my frustration about that. And also, if you have another frustrations about Ableton, you can comment below.